like the foundation in which faith and action stands on. You cannot politically buy them, you can't influence them, but they're open for you working with them. Everybody knows everybody and everybody wants to know everybody, and you try and keep up with everybody, but you have a task. So the family orientation is that you know that you all are on a page. I have a tendency to hold on. And as I hold on, I grow because I'm able to have the motivation of just participating in Zoom meetings and going in person and speaking first among those of faith in action and then expanding it. It helped me a whole lot to have that push, that drive to continue to work with faith in action in any form or fashion, because now the people do have a voice. I feel like I might be so frustrated behind some results or maybe something that went wrong or a canceled meeting or I heard something on the news and I say, how dare them speak like that? These are the moments you can collaborate with your colleagues and say, I didn't like the way they spoke. How can we address that? And everybody got an idea. Do it like this, we can do it. And that's beautiful because that's a plan coming together where you don't have to be frustrated and stay at home. I love it.
I often feel helpless watching the news. I feels like there's a lot of bad things going on, and uh, I feel powerless to stop it. And so, to me, faith in action is a way uh, to channel some of that energy to actually affect some change in our community. So sometimes, like things at the national level feel uh, very daunting and so hard to. It feels hard to uh, make a difference, but we can make a difference in our community, and that's really what inspires me to uh, volunteer with Faith in Action. I think the main issue for me has always been immigration. I am an immigrant myself. I came from Italy. Like as an immigrant, I want to stand in solidarity with all other immigrants. We shouldn't let them divide us by status, by race, by country of origin. You get to work and interact with people of faith from all walks of life. Uh, and so obviously I work with our LOC, people from uh, our community, a local community in our church, but also people from all over the East Bay. And so there's a lot of diversity in stories and in in experiences. And so that's been great for me because like the way unfortunately the way our society works a lot of times like we don't necessarily have a lot of opportunities uh, to meet or be in a community with people that are come from different backgrounds. And so Faith in Action has been great from that standpoint, like giving me the opportunity to uh, experience a lot of diversity. I feel called by my faith to take care of the least of us. To me, I always think about the parable of the Samaritan because that's obviously the Good Samaritan is the great example in the Christian tradition of someone who takes care of their neighbor, even someone that they don't know. But also, I always think about why did Jesus choose a Samaritan and choose to mention that this person was a Samaritan? And to me, it's like because uh, that was like some of the most despised people in his time in his community. And so to me, like that's the message from my faith. I need to reach out. I need to uh, try to transcend the prejudices of our society and try to build a better world. Try to build God's kingdom on earth. My biggest hope for Faith in Action East Bay is that we make positive changes in our community and that we concretely make people's lives better. Obviously, I'm thinking about immigration. There's a lot of challenges, but I'm already seeing how this community can spring into action on a moment's notice and actually fight back. And so, and I see it also in a lot of other initiatives. This ceasefire program comes to mind. So there's a lot of ways where Faith in Action is already making a big difference in people's lives. So I just want this to continue and of course to be a part of this.
Recently working with the city of Oakland and you know, putting stuff before them, putting stuff out there, but knowing that, you know, they're going to go where they're going to go, they're going to do what they're going to do. But that doesn't negate what you've done, regardless of what the end result is, whether it's in what you wanted or not what you wanted. It doesn't negate your work and your activity. And then the other part of it is immigration. And ICE right now. I felt powerless. I felt so discouraged. I went to a meeting where we talked about it, exactly that. Everyone shared their frustration and then came to really some actions that could be done in support of the individuals affected. And it was like, aha, you know, putting my heart into this work, and that's what's important, you know, being there regardless of the end result. Although I always hope that in the end it's going to turn out for the better and for the good of the community. In today's world, we often don't even know our neighbors. Okay. And that's the first part. So how do you know when they need something? How do you know when, you know, they're facing a difficult situation? My want would be that we show that Faith in Action can show the world how to care for our neighbor. Imagine. You know, just imagine what the world would be like